Let's see. There it
Done.
goes. All right. Thanks, Jonas.
You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jonas Rosenberg. I am a team member of Team Manthai here in the state of Washington. Before the crash, before the change, we had 4 offices. We are back down to 2, and Mark Manthai and I are back together. What I would like to talk to you guys about today is how I fill the greatness tracker. But before I get started, I want to take care of one housekeeping rule and then break a rumor. The first housekeeping rule, guys, I am extremely busy. I average about 100 leads a month. And I am absolutely calling past clients today, which I hope all of you have done. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So please, you got an hour of my time. You can ask me anything about leads, but if you would put the phones down, put the computers away, put the distractions away, guys, I would really, really appreciate it. If I see you pick up the phone or the computer come up on your head, I will call on you, I promise. All right, guys, with that being said, let me dispel a rumor. On my coaching call the other day, I was discussing leads coming in and how to get them in the greatness tracker. And one of my students raised their hand and said, but Jonas, you and Mark have such a big team. How many of you are doing this by yourselves right now? You are the chief cook and bottle washer. Awesome. About 90% of the people I can see. Please hear me. Mark Manthai and I are by ourselves, guys. Hear me once again. Right now, on April 11th, I can turn in a greatness tracker with 59 leads, or April 13th, excuse me, and Mark Manthai and I are managing them ourselves. So that is not an excuse in this call today. I do not want to hear about labor or staffing or force. Guys, it is what it is. I come into work with a smile on my face every day. It is what it is. Let's deal with what is now, because we were dealing with Mortgage Disneyland a couple years ago, trying to manage all that. So let's deal with what is now, and I promise you will expand. Fair enough? Cool. So tactic 1. Today we're going to talk about the greatness tracker and how to fill it out. How many of you can honestly say that you are filling out the greatness tracker the correct way and filling it up every week? Perfect. I do not see a single hand raised, so that's great. Guys, I want all of you to bring up your Outlook calendars. There is no way on God's green earth. This is a double greatness tracker, which I've been on for the last 4 years. We are going to be talking about the single. John Clock's son is the only person I have ever been able to see, including core members, do a triple greatness tracker. Believe it or not, I think the kid averages 120 phone calls a week. Guys, we're going to talk about the single today and how to fill it up. There is no way on God's green earth can you do a greatness tracker if you do not have your calendar perfected. Who is brave? Who can I pick on real quick? Oh, Ed, perfect. Can you pick a day this week and can you share your calendar for me?
Sure, I can do that.
And if you guys are coming on the call, if you wouldn't mind popping on your screens, I would love to see you, please. Okay, so this is a calendar for Ed. So guys, when you come in Monday morning, you want to make sure that you have all of your calendar, all of your things on your calendar. Now, if I were Ed's coach, I would be coming and going, okay, Ed, you have set theme days at 11 o'clock. You only have that for a half an hour. Ed, you are, by Jonas's teaching, required to call 10 past clients, and I'll explain to you why only 10. Can you get 10 good phone calls done in a half an hour, Ed?
I'm not going deep, no.
And that's the problem, guys. Jonas, how do you and Mark close so many loans? Because all of my relationships I refuse to do without getting in relationship with my client. Do I get shot much? No. Jimmy's been screaming lately. How long are your presentations? How long are your presentations? Guys, he's right. If you're doing presentations or meetings or going out with somebody for less than a half an hour, they're just a transaction for you. And if you are giving somebody only 20 minutes on the phone call because you want to jam out 40 phone calls or you want to hit this magical number, you're confused. We want people to know we care. Our referral partners, our clients, our fellow employees, our family. That's why we make VIP phone calls on Friday. So Ed, leave that up there for me. Let's start with easy to follow steps with the greatness tracker. Guys, I always come in Monday morning with a blank greatness tracker in front of me. Okay. The first thing I attacked, Chelsea Clark, how many face-to-faces are we supposed to have?
15.
Is it 15? I'm on a double, so mine looks different. Is it
Okay, so let's
15?
go. Is it 15 on the single, guys?
Yes, 15.
Okay, so guys, the easiest first 15 phone calls, I always attack my face-to-faces. But Ed, right now, if it were me and I were staring at the 13th, I see that you have a spot after your branch meeting from 1 to 2.
Yep.
And Ed, I see that you have a spot. You have LO time there, but you probably could get in from 4:30 to 6 till you go to the open house, correct?
Yes.
Guys, if you have your schedule clear, it is the easiest phone call in the whole world. So this is how I do it. Scotty Oliver, will you take you off of mute, please?
Yes, sir.
Ring, ring, answer the phone, Scotty.
Hey, good morning. It's Scott.
Guys, this is my first phone call on Monday. I know I have to do the face-to-faces. Hey, buddy, it's Jonas over at Summit. How are you?
Jonas, been a long time. What's going on, brother?
Dude, that's my problem. I owe you the biggest apology in the world. I kind of got a little big in my head and I've gotten really busy. I have not come over to say hello to you. And Scotty, I'm staring at my schedule on April 13th. I got a hole from 1 o'clock to 2:30, and then I got a hole from 4 o'clock to 5:30. I know your favorite drink, Scotty, is brandy. I want to bring that over to your office and I want to catch up. What do you think, brother?
If you're bringing the brandy, I'll have the cigars on the deck. I'm ready for you.
What time? I got 1:30 to 2 and I got 4:30 to 5.
4:30 is always beer 30 to me, man. Let's do that.
Perfect. Ed, will you write in Scott Oliver at 4:30 for me?
Absolutely.
Guys, you just got a face-to-face down. Now, you do not put it on the greatness tracker until you have it. When do you put it on the greatness tracker? John, when do you put your face-to-faces on the greatness tracker?
Right when you have it.
Or the next morning. The easiest way to fill out your greatness tracker is daily. You can go to your phone calls from yesterday and write down all the phone calls you had. And then you take your calendar, which you're supposed to print off on your desk and keep on your desk every day, and put your face-to-faces in. But as easy as my first phone call was on Monday, Scott said, yes, we have a face-to-face scheduled. My favorite theme by Jim ever was highly active and highly visible. It's what I do, guys. It is absolutely right up my alley. If you've ever seen me at retreat, everybody knows I'm in the room on purpose, and it's the way I act out in the realtor world. So the face-to-faces to me are extremely easy. Now I am looking. Andrew, take you off of mute, sir.
All right.
Andrew, how long have you been doing this?
About a year and a half.
Cool. And Andrew, do you have a lot of relationships?
I have about 10 really solid relationships with partners, trying to grow that.
Cool. Andrew, do you want me to give you the greatest tip that I've ever given you to catch leads?
Absolutely.
What do you do for fun, my friend?
Soccer and volleyball.
Okay, cool. So is there an association with the soccer?
I mean, I play twice a week at this. It's an indoor place. Actually, one of my real estate agents is on my soccer team with me.
So the indoor place, how many people do you think they employ?
5 or 6.
Okay, and then
Yeah,
there's an
part-time stuff.
association and there's people. So ring, ring, answer the phone. Andrew, guys, this was an actual phone call. And I have a meeting with 20 employees next week that I'm buying them business. What's your soccer place called, Andrew?
Resolute.
Cool. Ring, ring, answer the phone, Andrew.
Hello, this is Andrew.
Hey, buddy, it's Jonas. How are you?
Hey, Jonas, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Andrew, I got an idea. I don't know if it's something that you may be looking for, but I help first-time homebuyers. I'm really, really good at it. And I saw that you had 5 or 6 employees over there. Would there be a time where I could set to come over with my Summit banner and maybe talk to them about home ownership?
Yeah, potentially before the game start up in the early afternoon, around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Oh, brother, I would absolutely love it. I would be happy if you would allow me to make a flyer that you can send out to your people, and I'll be there.
All right, sounds good.
Guys, I called a bar owner that used to compete against me when I was in the casino. She has 32 employees. I will be meeting at her big bar with all of her servers and all of her waitresses. She's called a mandatory meeting because she wants them to learn about home ownership. Remember, everyone has a sphere of influence. Chelsea Clark was one of my former students, and I banged it into her head. It's not just the usual suspects. Everyone has a sphere of influence. If they're employed, they will look to buy a house. Next Tuesday, I will be at Walla Walla State Penitentiary. Yes, I am going to prison for my 3rd time in the last 3 months talking to their prison guards about home ownership. Mark and I are currently working on 2 deals. The average income at a penitentiary is $90,000 a year. We are currently working on 2 deals, and they are continuing to let me go in and talk to the prison guards. Guys, when you hear the doors of a prison close, it is a little eerie after time 3. So face-to-faces are the easiest phone calls to make on Monday. If your coach ever asks you if you made phone calls on Monday and you said, "No, boss, I was too busy," you're confused. You are very, very confused. Take the schedule. So Ed, can you go to the next, can you go to like the 17th for me? Okay, look, guys, this is perfect. If I was Ed's coach, I'd be giving him a terrible time right now because it's not full, but I'd be looking at Ed and going, "Man, you got a hit list. This is perfect because you're not lying to me. You're not lying. This is an absolute, I mean, this is so cool. It's gross because Ed's got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5. He could be going, "Hey, John, it's Ed over at Summit Funding. Buddy, I haven't seen you in a while. We could do this." Now, if regular meetings are boring, one of the things that I've come up with that I really like doing is what I call guys lunch or gals lunch, where I get a group of people. So once a month, I can call John, I can call Ed, I can call Andrew, and I make sure they're from different professions. So you're almost building a networking group, and you're allowing them to meet each other, and they are all face-to-faces for me. I have had guys lunch now ever since I went to Summit Funding, and some of the better referrals have been passed at that table, and Mark and I catch the mortgage referrals. There's no membership. There is absolutely no, you do not have to come, but once a month I get to make my phone calls. "Hey, Andrew, it's Jonas over at Summit Funding. Just want to remind you, hey, it's guys lunch. We're going to be over at the Crazy Moose in Pasco. Please come over at 12 o'clock. Remember, we all pick up our own bill, and there's really no business. We just want to sit around and BS." Guys, when you go deeper and you BS with people, the referrals start coming. Okay, so step 1 on Mondays, fill up your face-to-faces. Give yourself a hit list for the week, and then every face-to-face that you have is important. Step 2, Chelsea, ring, ring, answer the phone.
Good morning. This is Chelsea.
Hey, girl, it's Jonas. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Hey, I got a couple of leads I need to talk to you about, and I want to give you an update, but you got time for lunch this week, and I have a favor.
I do have time for lunch this week. What's your favor?
Chelsea, I'm kind of struggling a little bit with the lead counts right now, and I'm looking to meet new realtors. And girl, you know what I think of you. Is there someone in your office that you could bring over and I could meet? I would love to. You pick the place I'm buying. I just want to meet new people.
Yeah, I can do that. I think I have a couple people in mind.
All right, I am staring at my schedule. Look at your schedule, guys. I have 1 o'clock on April 17th open. Where are we going? I'm buying.
We can go sushi downtown. I think 1 o'clock will work.
Okay, cool. Now, guys, here is the secret sauce. Chelsea, I still want to talk to you about the leads. You sent me X, Y, and Z over the last couple months. Do you mind if I go over those back with you? I just want to let you know exactly where they're at.
Yes, please. That'd be good.
Wonderful. I got you down for lunch. Let's talk about the leads. Guys, when you're calling your bigger agents, if you do not have updates for them, I don't care if it's 6 months out, you're confused. Chelsea is very happy with me right now that I remembered somebody that still is not going to be able to buy for 6 months, isn't she?
Yep.
Why?
You've given me peace of mind that you have my business secure.
And guys, Mark and I deal with 420 credit scores, 450 credit scores all the time. We all see them, correct? Guess what? They have referrals. If you are not calling those 450s to check in and not having the realtor call the 450s to check in, you're mistaken. Those are more phone calls. And the realtors are happier in heck because they know if they send me a random lead, they can send me their junk leads as long as they send me their good ones. I'm going to take care of their junk leads just as good as I take care of their 800s because I want the realtor knowing if you got Bobby Sue and Bobby Sue is 6 months away, you may stand to get a check. They all know if they call Jonas, Jonas is going to call them back. I know statistics aren't worth the paper they read on, but guys, I tell most of my coaches all the time, over 50% of my people who come with one agent leave with the other. It's really sad, especially when I'm working on them because agents don't call these people back. They're trying to make a check, correct? Cool, but guess what we're doing? We're taking care of them. We got them noted. We tell them exactly what we did with them. And we're reminding the agent, hey, I still got Bobby Sue. She still's got 8 months. She has a 420 and she's got a bankruptcy, but I really appreciate what you did. Okay, so face-to-face is first, then break breads. Now, who on here has been doing this less than 6 months? I'm looking for hands. Somebody take you off the speaker. Who's been doing this under a year? Okay, so guys, anybody, right? Okay, let's be honest. Who's hurting financially right now? Who's not making over $1 million? Cool, there we go. Let me see. I'm going to pick on you, Jose. Take you off the speaker, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jose, can you afford 5 break breads a week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jose, do you want to pay for, let's talk about a cost of a meal and 3 people. Do you want to be paying $100 a meal?
Do I want to be paying $100 a meal? No.
Times 5? Times
No.
20?
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
So, Jose, a break bread does not have to be a 4-star meal. We just want to sit down and go farther. Jose, I've been known to call Ed and say, Ed, do you still like Subway? I want to bring it over to your office and let's sit down and let's grind. I've been known to call Chelsea, I believe this is another thing we swung at Chelsea real hard. Hey, Ed, what's your favorite coffee?
Coffee macchiato.
Cool, I'm on my way. What time are you available for me?
I'm available at 2 o'clock.
It works, guys. He just wants the coffee. I got a couple things, but he's very happy I'm coming over to give him the coffee. Now, how many of you would participate in the National Lunch and Learn? Guys, next, here in 2 weeks, we have Haley Garcia and Jimmy Reed. If you do not know who either of those people are and you're in this business, you're mistaken.
Jonas, is
How
that
many-
next week?
It
Next
is
week
next
on
week, right?
Tuesday, the 18th.
next week on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Guys, I have agents coming to my office. I don't have a ton of them. I made a huge mistake. If you saw me the first time, I had 35 agents in. I was so proud of myself. And my coach looks at me and goes, dude, how many of those people did you talk to? Oh. Got it. So what we did is we're starting to slow down and invite them out. It's about 4 or 5 because none of them are leaving feeling like Jonas just wanted another body. Take the National Lunch and Learn, man. Your office is, I guarantee you, if I walked into Ed right now and said, hey, Ed, I got 4 or 5 people coming to my office, 4 or 5 real estate agents who refer me. Could the branch help me with a little bit of food? I guarantee you he's going to smile and figure something out. If any of you have not gotten a group of agents together and walked up to your branch manager and said, hey, I got 4 or 5 and one of them's a monster, would you help me? They'll
Yes.
figure it out. Yep, he's up there shaking his head. Like every branch manager sitting there going, yes, yes, we will. Now, here's another thing that I tried with Break Breads. I want you to call each brokerage that you work with, and I want you to ask them how many real estate agents that they have that have been doing this less than 6 months. When they give you the list, I want you to ask them if it's okay if you come into their branch with your branch manager. Guys, if you are not competent teaching, take your branch manager to teach a Realtor Mortgage 101 class. If anyone needs to see the materials, Jimmy Reed did a YouTube about it. I have a 20-question quiz that I gave the realtors, things that you need to know so you do not walk off people at an open house. Things like, can you buy with the bankruptcy? Things like, can you and your girlfriend buy a VA loan? Every realtor in the room went, of course they can. Yeah, it made us cringe all day long, guys. These realtors, there were 6 of them. They had 20 questions. The best score was 4.
Wow.
Do you know how happy the broker was with this quiz? And we just put together silly questions. Silly questions. I think Scotty Oliver helped me with some of the questions a couple of years back. I think your coaches can come up with questions. If you send out a massive to all branch managers saying, hey, guys, I'm trying to put together this list, the brokers are stunned. Guess who is now teaching in this brokerage once a month?
You are?
Because they're walking off people. Guys, it was gold. Then I called Windermere and said, hey, I just did this at ERA. I want to let you know the best score was 4 out of 20. Can I come over and make sure your brokers can score better? This is all questions that people walk in at an open house and say, hey, I had a foreclosure, I can't buy. Hey, I had a short sale, I can't buy. One of the questions that we deal with, hey, my husband is still in Mexico. That actually happened to us. It was an FHA loan. You want to build that question, take it in the brokerage. Guys, take lunch. If you are a newer mortgage banker, watch Ed's head. Ed, if I walked in and said, would you please go over to talk to 50 brokers with me, would you do it, please?
Absolutely.
Look at the smile, guys. Any branch manager in their right mind is smiling all day long. And Ed would be more than happy to team up and do that with you. All the branch managers would. Especially if they get to hobnob with agents too, and especially new ones in this field. So those are some ideas with break breads, because the typical old break breads, they start costing us a lot of money. I added up how much break bread money I was in. $700 was what I was in 1 month, and I had to make a change. So you got to get creative. Chris Clock does a bowling event. I love it. Absolutely love it. How many of you have a comedy club in your town? Do you know that they give out free tickets, guys? They want the booze sales. So if you'd like to have a break bread in the evening and a get out, find out if your comedy club. Keith, I would look at that piano bar all day long. I just know your town. Anything like that gives out free cover charges, free cost. It's a wonderful thing that you can find ways to not cost yourself a lot of money. People call me all the time and go, Jonas, you do so many events, you do so many break breads. Guys, I'm always looking for the cheap or the free or the, hey, this isn't the pocketbook, because it adds up. It's scary. Face-to-face is first, then break breads. Now, guys, the events. How many of you attend at least 2 events a week? Good. A lot of you. Excuse me. A lot of you. Andrew's going,
Andrew, I love it.
Andrew, I'm going to pick on you because you're honest and I appreciate it. Take me off the speaker, brother. Andrew, I am one of the most transparent human beings in the world. God forgot to give me a filter. Is that fair?
I would agree.
Do you have any? Do you know who I am, sir?
Yeah,
How?
I've seen some of your videos.
Cool. So you've seen me around. You've seen me on stage. You've seen me walk in a room. I'm probably the loud one. Scotty Oliver normally encourages that. Besides that, you know exactly who I am if I were to walk in the room, correct?
Yeah.
Andrew, that's why you need to attend events. It's so important that people don't have to walk up and go, "What's your name?" The ultimate goal of a loan officer, because technically we are self-employed, is to walk in a room and go, "That's Chelsea Clark. That's Scott Oliver." Guys, I'm a fat kid who can, well, I'm a former fat kid who can barely keep mustard off his shirt. Please let me be honest with you. But I have worked in this town 25 years to have people only know me by Jonas. I don't want them to know my last name. It's what I have branded. And Andrew, that's why you need to go to the networking events. It's why you need to shake hands. It's why you need to be out there, because the referrals start pouring in. Guys, please do not be mistaken. Every person on this phone call can give you a referral. Every person out there in the community can give you a referral. I have gotten referrals from the strangest places you could ever imagine. When I started at Summit Funding, I'm a former casino guy. Mark Manthei gave me one homework assignment. Jonas, I want you to go play poker today. I am going to enjoy this job. What? I just want you to go play poker. Come back and tell me how it went. Guys, I came back with 3 referrals. I sat on a table with 9 other human beings and got to do what I do best and talk. I came back with 3 referrals. As they're all giving me a hug and asking me where I'm at. Guys, I have closed 71 casino loans since I started at Summit Funding. Please hear me once again. I trip over my own feet. If you've ever been around me, I'm so ADHD, it's terrible. I'm one of the goofiest human beings that have ever been around. Please hear me. It's so easy. Just get out, get comfortable, and be. So guys, write this down. What is my thing? Jonas Rosenberg's casinos, bowling. My wife is a bowler. And my friends. So I don't gamble anymore, but I spend a lot of time in casinos around the employees and going and doing little things for them. And guys, we bowl because there's an average of 24 lanes with 4 people on a lane. We make sure we bowl 2 times a week. I get to be around 200 people. Now, you don't have to go bowling. You don't have to go to the casino. But what is your thing? Here is another hint. How many of you are in a BNI group? For any of you that are not, write it down and build one. I have built 4 of them, just got my last one off the ground. You go to your realtor who really wants to be in BNI, and you go to your insurance person who really wants to be in BNI. It is the hardest 3 categories to get in, and if they won't accept you in, if you know me, I don't take no for an answer. Just build one. But if you are not visiting those groups right now, does everybody in here realize you can visit a BNI group twice in your city? You literally can bring up BNI, and Ed, I'm watching you shake your head. So I'd bring up BNI Denver, Chelsea, I'd bring up BNI California, and it may be called LaTip, it may be called a different types, but they're made up of business people, guys. Typically, they're 18 to 25 business people, and you are allowed to join twice and not be a member. Now, those people have rules because the mortgage category is already taken. So you walk in and you are very respectful and honest. Guys, I know the mortgage category is taken. I'm just here to meet people and hopefully start one of my BNI groups these days. I just wanted to see how it worked. When we all know, no, you're there to meet as many people as possible. You just can't try to haggle business, but that's not what we're there for anyway. So groups are events, are very important. Now, how many of you belong to the Association of Realtors Interactive? Good, about half of you. My favorite trophy in this office says Affiliate of the Year. If you are not involved with your local association in some way, you're mistaken. If you are not out there flipping pancakes for their charity, if you are not out on their gala committee, if you're not, whatever part you want to be involved, but we want people to go, man, that's Scott Oliver. He's down here. He's really participating. Maybe we should use him. I got to choose between Scott and Chelsea. And you know what? Scotty's been down here. He's been participating. His banner's up on the wall. You know what? We're calling Scotty. And please don't be mistaken. Young realtors have a tendency to call the Association of Realtor and go, hey, who's a good lender? Who do we trust? It happens. I get that phone call from the administration desk every once in a while. I got a young realtor that wants to meet you. So if you're looking for an event, first place I would start would be down at the association and see what you can get involved with, because you get put around realtors and now you can chalk up another face-to-face.
Jonas,
Okay,
I just want to reiterate, the staff there is hugely important to get to know. Hugely important.
So Keith, I'm going to ask you a question because I go off on tangents, and Chelsea, she's literally going to relive this nightmare of my coaching. But Keith, let's talk about some of the monster agents in the area. Who's more important to get a hold of, the monster agent or the staff member sitting at the front desk?
The staff member sitting at the front desk. That's the gatekeeper to the whole association.
Chelsea, if you wanted to get a hold of me today, would you, well, you can call my cell, but would you call my cell, or would you call and butter up Rachel and get on my schedule?
I would try to get on your schedule if I didn't have your cell phone.
Guys, Keith is so right. The staff members of big teams, of offices, if you can't get in an attorney's office to do a divorce refinance, you have not buttered up the staff member well enough. Remember earlier when I said, hey, what are you drinking? So if you want to get into an attorney's office, call the staff member, find out what they want to get a coffee. When they ask who you are, say, hey, I'm Jonas at Summit Funding. I'm just coming down to see if I can meet Larry, but I know you're the boss. It works every time. It works every time. Those people make $18 an hour. When you come in with a coffee and some respect for them, they're getting you in with Larry. When I'm trying to go meet a new attorney or a new CPA or new anything else, believe me, I've made a phone call before I walk out the door. We're taking care of the people. If I wanted to go meet Jim Reed, I would butter up Rebecca right now. Especially if I wanted to sell him something. Cool. So guys, we talked about phone calls. We talked about face-to-faces. We talked about break breads. We talked about events. The last most important thing, don't forget to say thank you. Stop it. I guarantee you every person on this call is not saying thank you enough. Guys, raise your hand if we make more money than we should. Come on, be honest with yourselves. Okay? When's the last time you've called one of your agents and just had this conversation? Scotty, pick up the phone for me.
Hey, it's Scott.
Buddy, it's Jonas. How are you?
Dude, I have a beautiful view today. I'm all good.
You know what, Scotty? You're beautiful in my heart, and I'm calling you for one reason. You got a second?
Absolutely. For you,
Dude,
anytime.
you went through my kid's medical problems with me, and you know I had to put him in private school. Dude, that cost $900 a month that Julie and I didn't have. And Scotty, your referrals are what kept me there. I know sometimes we send over cheesy gifts and this and that and the other, but I just needed to call you and say thank you, brother, because sometimes I don't even know where I am. I know you know I'm a national coach. I know you know I get to do this stuff. And believe me, I look in the mirror sometimes and go, where the hell am I? And it's because of people like you that got me there. And I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. Wow. I know this is a fake call, Jonas, but you have the little teardrops going here. You're welcome.
If you have not had those honest conversations with your big agents, you should not be doing this job. Hear me again. My agents, my top three, the one gentleman is the president, or is soon to be the president of the Washington State Association of Realtors. I stay in his house when he goes to vacation. Number two, I talk to her twice a day. And I tell her all the time how freaking honored, and excuse that word, but it's the only one I can come up with, how freaking honored I am to be able to work with her and be her guy. And the third one, we're like two 12-year-old children. We make terrible jokes every time we're around. And he knows that I love him in a manly sort of way. If you're not calling and know your audience and saying thank you, sending over cards, or boys and girls, the videos are awesome too. How many of you have actually texted a video and said thank you? Okay, and I'm picking on Chelsea because she was a former student and I can see her. Chelsea has sent me 2 of those that brought tears to my eyes because I knew she was serious. Chase Hodgson, if you're on here, his wife sent me a message that put me to tears because she thanked me for remembering the spouses in the coaching. Guys, it's what you have to do with your agents. You got to tell them you love them. They're putting an average of $4,000 alone on your plate, and they remembered you. Guarantee you there's hundreds of options, and they remembered you. It's all about the love. And if anybody would like to see one of my videos that I send out, text me. Tell me, Jonas, send me a video of saying thank you. I'll send you one. I'd be happy to. So, guys, we've covered the major categories and how I cover them each week. The last tactic I want to give you is on the phone calls. I'm going to give you a tactic that every coach is going to cringe because we're supposed to make 40 phone calls. We're supposed to do this. But if you do this, I guarantee you it will keep you out of trouble with your coaches at all times. Are you ready? 20 calls on Monday. 10 Tuesday update calls. Tuesday update calls are a must. Buyer's agent, listing agent, buyer. If you do not have enough business, then make more realtor phone calls on Tuesday. 10 pass or pre-qual check-ins on Wednesday. Make sure you're checking on your TBDs or they will go somewhere else. They have to feel safe. 10 past clients. Guys, for those of you who know, I'm in my 3rd session with Jim Reed, and I'm always in trouble because my past clients beat my realtors every month. I have not had a month at Summit Funding where my realtors beat my past clients. How sad is that? Because I'm making those phone calls. My clients know I love them. The greatest advertisers we have are our past clients. And then the 10 VIPs. Those calls are so important. Guys, I have a Jewish mother and she thinks I forget her. I call her Fridays and she doesn't realize I'm told to do it, but I call her every Friday because I have time. She is much happier now. Call your VIPs. Sometimes we forget them. Call somebody out of the blue. You never know who you might get a referral from. Remember, they're just thinking about you. And when I call my VIP calls, there is nothing wrong with at the end of the call going, hey, Scotty, can I ask you a favor?
Certainly.
Buddy, I don't want to sell you anything, but if you ever hear of anybody that's thinking about buying a house, will you remember me?
Absolutely.
Who? Guys, I don't know a better word, but I didn't sound
Salesy.
salesy. There's a good word besides the one I was trying to use. Salesy. I didn't sound salesy. I didn't sound anything else, but I can't tell you how many of my family members going, hey, will you do this? Hey, can you help with that? Just because I reminded them. Sometimes, how many of you have lost a family member or a close friend to another mortgage person? Do you know how bad that sucks when I'm sitting with a dear friend of mine going, hey, I'm going with Guild or I'm going with Bank of America. And I'm sitting there going, how in the world did I miss that? Because I didn't ask. Because I didn't remind them. Because I felt like I was going to intrude. Stop it. Cool. So, guys, I have it blocked off till 1 o'clock. It is 12:42. I've done enough talking. Does anybody have any questions? I'm pretty much an open book. Get ready for the answer. There's no filters. Yes, sir, Mr. Powers. Oop, you're on mute, brother.
So let's go through this. So you're saying, I did 40 calls in 2 days. Actually, I did 43 to realtors. So when you say 20 calls on Monday, that's to realtors, right?
So what Jimmy's had me split up, Ed, because it's more realistic. is he's had me take my top 40 and split them up into 20, 20, 20, and then do it again, 20, 20. Then they get a call every 2 weeks. Now, my A's, I call every week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But I really like the 20 and then the 20 because my phone calls have a tendency to take a little bit longer because I'm trying to build rapport, and I don't want anyone, especially with my ADHD, ever to think I'm trying to get them off the phone, because I am, because I'm trying to make 40 or 50 phone calls, and I just don't want anybody to feel that way. So for me, splitting those realtor calls up 20-20 is working.
So clarify, so your A's, because I call all my A's every week, right?
Yes, sir, me too.
So your 20 is not your A's, it's actually just your 40 realtor list. On top of those 40, you're calling all of your A's also. Okay, that's
Yes, sir. So let's say your A's are maybe, let's say they're, what are they, 8? What do you
me.
have?
I have
A's?
nine A's.
Okay, good. So then I would tell you, if I were coaching you, that'd be 4.5 missing phone calls. I'd tell you to go chase some new people. We always want to remember to chase some new. So if you got some time on Monday, let's go fishing.
Okay. And then Tuesday update calls, are you marking those on your greatness tracker?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what am I doing, Ed? Every phone call, guys, please write this down, and I want you to circle it on your greatness tracker. Your coach will know you've been around me if they see circles. What do I want you to ask at the end of every phone call, Ed?
For referrals.
Yes. Guys, quit being afraid to ask. And circle them, because then you can go, oh, crap, I forgot. Especially to your past clients. The phone call sounds like this. Hey, Scotty, blah, 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 blah. Hey, buddy, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you still happy with everything I've done?
Always with you, always.
Thank you, Scotty. Now, remember, buddy, I'm going to keep calling you probably once every couple months, because things could go wrong with the house, and it's awesome. I have a wonderful network of people that can help you. Do you remember on day one what I told you all this cost you? It was only one thing.
One referral.
That's it. Scotty, that's it. I'm never going to charge you for this. I'm never there. But just do me a favor. Pick up the phone and call me. I don't care if it's your niece who's 2 years out. Scotty, you're that important to me. I'm taking care of her. But you got to do me a favor. You got to call my cell phone, Scotty. You are that important to me. I do not want you going through the main desk. If it's one of your referrals, 509-851-3402, and you tell them Scott Oliver sent them.
Cool.
I do it every time. Now, guys, does my cell phone explode all day, every day? You should hear how bad they torture me. Remember, I have a Mark Manthai on my team. I'm blessed. I have one of the best tacticians in America and a core loan officer sitting right next to me. I am blessed to have my partner sitting next to me, so we get to do this together. I'm on the phone all day long. But with that being said, you can do this. Ask every time for a referral and watch your phone start ringing.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Just a little bit of input. First of all, if you don't know how to ask for a referral, just say, hey, this is messy, but gosh, I'm not doing my job if I don't ask. I mean, it's really easy. It makes you really humble, puts your hat in your hand. It's soft and easy. That would be the first thing. And the second thing, if you don't have enough calls on Tuesdays, so you've got 3 transactions going, that gives you listing agent, selling agent, buyer. Call the buyer's wife. For heaven's sakes, update them both. They know different people. They know different people. Call the title person. If you've never been thrown under the bus by a title person because the docs were a half a day late, you'll know why you should be calling the title person. Oh, and by the way, call the insurance agent. Nothing like the transaction and needing to have an extension on it. You get to pay for it because the insurance agent didn't want to send the kind of binder that needed to be sent. Oh, and by the way, who knows people that are buying and selling houses? Let's see, title agents and insurance agents. So if you don't have enough people to call on a Tuesday, you just picked up 3 more people per transaction.
Scotty, I'm going to let you know Team Manthai is officially changing its policy. We will be calling the spouse. That's one of the most incredible things I have ever heard, and we're being insulting if we don't.
Amen.
Yep.
Too many times we call the man. That no. I did. Just dawned on me. I've been doing it that way for 8 years. Scotty, our policy will change next Tuesday. And for any of you that don't know, because he is just a coach, we have one of the greatest loan officers to ever live sitting on this call, Mr. Scott Oliver. If you have questions, he definitely has never not answered my phone. He is one of the next level coaches with us. Just a coach. Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
We do. Go for it.
Please.
Judy.
Jetty, I'll start with you, sir.
All right. So I'm newer to retail. I was in a direct to consumer before, so I have maybe like 3, 4 solid agents, and then the rest of it is just a bunch of past clients from all over the country.
Good.
So I only kept my licensing in 3 states, but I've worked in like 20 states before. So a lot of the past clients I have are in other states. So like when I do these past client calls, I'm just, I'm not really sure where to start outside of the people that I already have in the state that I'm in.
So, Jetty, when I make you 100,000 in the next 2 years, you promise to speak nicely of me?
Of course.
Cool. I'm going to make 2 phone calls real quick, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the first one, Jetty, you're going to be my real estate agent. Ring, ring, answer the phone. Or you're going to be a new real estate agent that I never talked to. Ring, ring, answer the phone.
Hey, Jonas.
Jetty, my name is Jonas Rosenberg. I'm over at Summit Funding. Do you got 30 seconds for me?
Yes, I do.
Jetty, if I were to get a lead that, let's say, is in Tennessee, can you get a referral fee for it?
I think I could, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, Jetty, I want you to do me a favor. I actually have an opportunity to catch a lead in another state. I'm working on it. If I can get you a referral fee, can you and I talk about working together? I want to put money in your pocket, bro. I'm not having to do much.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Cool. Hang up. Now you're going to call the consumer. Ring, ring, answer the phone, Jetty.
Hey, this is Jetty.
Jetty, Jonas Rosenberg over at Summit Funding. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, brother. I definitely can help you. I can close a loan in every state in the United States. This is how it works. Guys, if you have not heard about our IBR program, write it down. I made $50,000 last year by the IBR program. Matter of fact, Chelsea Clark sent me one of them. I got them closed up in Seattle. We have incredible loan officers all over the country, Jetty. These are some of my dearest friends, and I am going to work with you personally and them to get your loan closed up. You and I have the history, so I will hold your hand all the way through, but understand Scott Oliver's out there in Oregon. He's got the license. I'm going to introduce you to him, and we're going to do this together. Would that be okay with you, my friend?
Yeah, of course.
Jetty, I also have a wonderful real estate agent in Tennessee that is sitting and ready to work with you when we get you qualified. So I'm going to be a one-stop shop. I'm going to take care of you.
Love to hear that. Thank you.
Now we're calling the agent back, Jetty. Ring, ring. Answer the phone.
Hey, this is Jetty speaking.
Jetty, Jonas, guess what they said?
Hit me.
Yes.
Love it.
Brother, I am going to get the application. I'm going to be sitting in your office and we're going to talk about doing business because I think I just put $6,000 in your pocket for answering the phone today. Jetty, this is how good I take care of my customers. This is how good I'm going to take care of you. Let's talk about your business.
Okay. I like that.
Guys, you've heard it on the podcast before. The #1 agent in my market is Cruella DeVille. I have different words for her that I will not use in this public setting. Everybody warned me, Jonas, do not call her. So what did I do? I took care of something. I called her and she started off snarling until I said, oh, blankety blank. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you I have you on speakerphone. And I have the Johnsons pre-approved sitting across the desk from me that I've told them nothing but incredible things about you. Do you have a minute? Here's what came out of her mouth. Oh, Jonas, it's so nice to hear from you. I would love to help the Johnsons. Guys, we have closed 11 deals with that agent since, and she eats loan officers alive. Jetty, you have a gold mine, sir. I will take your business and give you mine if you can call realtors and say, hey, I have free money for you. Jetty, you can call me at any time and I will teach you exactly how to do it. It's kind of how I built my business. I do not call realtors and ask them to go to coffee. They are tired of those phone calls. I call realtors and ask them if they would like one of my past clients. That's why I spend so much time with my past clients, because I go fishing for new realtors with people who do not have one. The greatest gift you can give a realtor is a referral. You put money in their pocket, it will distance you from every loan officer they've ever worked with, especially now. Guys, I got 7 minutes till I have to get on the phone with some of my favorite people. And guys, real quickly, if you do not have a group of people that are not your coaches, that are your mentors, you're making a mistake. If you are in Summit coaching and are not talking to your classmates, you are making a mistake. Every Thursday at 1 o'clock, I have a group of amazing human beings that I sit and talk to. We text each other back and forth. We encourage each other. We fight each other through, and it is my favorite hour of the week. They are former coaching students or former coaching people of mine that we can just bounce ideas off of, and they're from all around the country. If you are not talking to your fellow coaching people and bouncing ideas or even bad-mouthing your coach, it's okay. We know it happens. It's okay. Just make sure you get your homework in, but talk to people. Any other questions? I got 6 minutes till I got to be on another call, guys. Guys, this has been an absolute honor. Thank you so very much. I hope I've been helpful today. As always, your concierges, Angelica, Rebecca, y'all have a thankless job. Thank you very much for putting this together for us. And if anybody out there ever wants to reach out on me, press teams. They tell you all the time, all of us coaches, I see Jacek, I see Scott Oliver. If anybody else is on here, I apologize if I missed you. Reach out to us. Pick our brains, especially right now, guys. We got to stick together. And the one thing I can say about Summit Funding, Blake Eagle, Jim Reed, Robin Labasser, I was an MLA, guys. I was an MLA when I started this. Those people all built me. We can do it for you too. For the rest of my career while I'm here, the only thing I want to do is give back, just like they gave to me. Believe me, Scott Oliver will be the first to tell you we do not make $1 billion being coaches. We do this out of the labor of love. Please reach out to us. Please use us, and you're foolish if you don't. We are here for you.
Thank you, Jonas, so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Nice one, Jonas.
Thank you,
Great
sir.